Well, here we are, nearing the end of summer, unfortunately, so I thought it was a sensible time to look at all the different cloches that are available to you. Now, I'm sure you're aware the use of a cloche. They have many different uses, in fact, so I'm going to talk you through and you'll discover why you need to invest in one fairly soon. We've got here rather a lovely, slick-looking, modern cloche from Posh Cloches. You can hardly see it in the garden. So if you're very design conscious and you want something that's going to blend into the background, these are great. You will, however, need an end piece, otherwise you're basically forming a wind tunnel, which is not going to be very helpful for your seeds. But they're very, very light. You can push them into the ground. I would also make a little gully, because in high winds they will blow away. But very good looking, nice piece of kit. And then we've got here a bell cloche from Hacksnicks. Now, I really like these. They're plastic, little tent pegs, so they're definitely not going to go anywhere. They come in the two sizes, and they've got a little vent in the top, so on a lovely warm day you can open the vents. Now, these and all the other cloches are really useful if you're sowing annuals, hardy annuals in autumn, so you can protect them over winter with a cloche, keep them frost free. The other thing that cloches are really useful for is to put them over any specialist plants like alpines, so they don't get muddy, especially things with white flowers like hellebores. Sometimes you can have a better show for longer if you invest in a cloche. So these simply get pushed into the ground, very easy and very cost effective. Then I move on to a Crocus product. This is brilliant if you haven't got much room for storage or you're on an allotment. You can simply fold these up and pop them in the back of the car. It's a fabric mesh type system and it's literally a tent. So very, very brilliant way of gardening. You can put tent pegs here, so again it's not going to blow away, and it's got vents in the top, which is really important. And actually that's a really, really good size. You can get a fair sized plant under there, so I like that. And then we come across to a product from Harrod Horticulture. This is a longer tunnel, as you can see. It comes flat packed, but it's actually quite easy to build. So took sort of 5-10 minutes to build. It's got vents in the end here and really sturdy legs, so you can push it into the ground. So that's not going to go anywhere either. But what's important with any cloche is don't forget to water, because obviously you're keeping the rain out. So key fact, you must water your plants under the cloche. And something that I've done quite often is put the cloches down before you put the seedlings out. So if you're putting plants out in the spring and hardening them off, put the cloche in place a few days before and you'll find the soil will warm up. It's also a really good seed sowing tip. So use them as a sort of pre-sowing house. Now this is rather spectacular. This cloche is from Crocus, really attractive, and I think this is probably more ideal for stunning alpines and sort of focal points in the garden. Lovely looking cloche. And here we are again, a very classic Victorian looking cloche. This is from the RHS. It's really solid, it's heavy, it's not going to blow away. You can put pins in the side so it all stays together nicely. And actually I often see these as just a feature in the garden. They're stunning, so even if you're not using it all year, you can put them outside. This is glass, as is the Crocus, which means they get hotter inside. Glass is much more effective to warming up than the plastic. But a few final tips: put your cloches in a sunny spot and out of wind tunnels. But you'll find them incredibly useful for so many things.